survey yet, you can always go to my teacher profile and fill out the survey. Um, but we have some exciting things that I'll be able to share in a week or so. But we still are meeting. I still will have a Lotus Hour on Sunday for those that want to attend or watch the replay. You're more than welcome to watch the replay. And I'm still going to be hosting at least a weekly live, but I'm trying to see how many days make sense for me to do throughout the week. Okay? Okay. Hi. Oh, good job. Okay, I'm going to pull up the notes for the summer solstice. Okay, I'm very excited for this. Waiting for it to get itself together. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So today is the summer solstice in the north hemisphere, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me, guys. I'm still getting over the compliments. But it's a solstice today, right? So solstice happened on June 21st and then December 21st. So in the northern hemisphere, it's the summer solstice. In the southern hemisphere, it is the winter solstice. And I'll talk about both because I know we have people from both hemispheres here today, and what you can do to tap into both of them. And then we'll just do a general meditation for utilizing the solstice energy, okay? So if you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Hosanna, hi! Oh my God, yes, please do. Please do. Okay, here we go. As I said, either June 21st or December 21st, there's a solstice that happens. And it's an amazing time because for the summer solstice, which I'm personally experiencing and which many of us might be experiencing, the themes are abundance, growth, illumination, activation of personal power, and external achievements. Okay, this is a great time to celebrate life, to manifest and set intentions, to connect with nature, to be outdoors, to be social. This is literally what the energy is calling in because we're calling in the season of summer. And summer is literally all about being outside in community. It's about honoring the hard work that we did, the reflection that we did, the rest that we had in the winter season, how we began to essentially thaw out during spring, right? We started to bloom, and now we're fully in bloom in summer, right? And we are ready to go and live our lives to the fullest. This is an invitation for you from the universe, from Mother Nature, to go out and to be seen, to go out and to be heard, right? Now, if you're experiencing winter solstice, this is when the themes are introspection, rest, renewal, embracing stillness, right? Honoring the darkness, the rebirth of light. It's a great time to meditate and to set intentions for a new cycle. So you see how the themes are almost like a yin and a yang for both solstices, right? Depending on where you're at and the invitation that it provides you. But ultimately, it's asking you to reflect on what you've experienced, to allow yourself to experience a renewal, a rebirth, so that you can move into this next season of your life as your fullest self, as your most complete self. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness, Debbie, it's pretty early. I might move it to like 7 a.m. But I normally do it earlier, like around 5, because that's just where we get to channel the messages. But what I'm thinking about doing is just pulling the reading during that time, pulling those cards, and then going over it with you guys a little later so you have some more time to, like, rest and stuff like that. Okay? Yes, Claire, what I will be doing is I'm not able to type at the same time. If somebody wants to write out the themes in the comments, I'm more than welcome to do that. But I will be sharing them in the Insight Timer group and they'll be in the notes for the YouTube video. Okay? And I'll put my Insight Timer group here for you all. Okay? There we go. You guys, are the best. Oh my god, I love you guys so much. Stop. Yes, no problem, Claire. No problem. You'll still get access to this information. I have everything written out. I'm just going over it now. Okay. Mm-mm. So, if you are having a summer solstice, here's what I want you to focus on. We have some reflective questions that are going to help you tap into the energy. Okay. And if you want like a general reading of the solstice energy, I did that during the last Lotus Hour, and that's available for you to watch too on YouTube. Okay. So, for summer solstice, here are some questions. What area of my life is illuminated and ready for growth? So, what part of your life feels fulfilled, feels ready to be expressed into the world? If you reflect and you realize, like, I don't think that there's any part of my life that feels like it's complete and I'm ready to move forward, that's something that I would focus in on. How do we get to that space where you can look at a part of your life and be like, this feels complete. This feels ready for me to experience more of this, right? Super important. Second question. How can I harness this peak energy to achieve my goals? So for summer solstice, that means that the days are getting longer, right? All right. All right. Yes. Sorry. I'm again teaching two solstices at the same time is a little jarring for me. But right, we're having the longest day of the year today and tomorrow. So during this time, as we're inviting more light into our life, right, more sunshine, which gives us natural energy, how can I use that to achieve my goals? How can I remain in divine rhythm with nature, allowing nature to help me as I move forward to achieve my goals? And do not worry, I will be dropping these questions in the group, okay? The next and last question for summer solstice. What intentions do I want to set for the rest of this year? So we're at the halfway mark of the year, regardless of what solstice it is the halfway mark, right? What is it that you want to call in for the next 6 months? This is an invitation for you to look back at the previous 6 months and see what worked for you, what didn't work for you, what you enjoyed, what you were like, oh, never again. And then set the intention to have more of those good things in your life. So often we forget the power in setting intention. There are so many reminders in nature for us to set intention. It's not even funny. Like, it's crazy how often we're reminded to set intentions and how often we forget those signs. Not only do we have two solstices that remind us to set intentions, we also have two equinoxes, right? We also, at the beginning of every month, we have the patriarchal new year for January 1st. We have the feminine divine new year and the lunar new year, right, in February. Then we have the astrological new year in March. We also have our birthday, which is the invitation to set intentions. There are so many times throughout the year, every new moon, every full moon, you can do it for quarter moons too if you wanted to. There's so many opportunities for you to set intention, and we just do not do it. And this is a big reminder. When you set an intention for your life, for the way you want to move, for different areas of your life, for your day, it will help you to live an easier and more aligned life. Do not doubt the power of you stating what you want and having belief that you can receive it. It is extremely powerful. It is another way and another reminder for you that you are the magic. Set your intentions, even if it's one intention. It doesn't have to be 1,000 intentions. Like, I know sometimes we get really crazy and we're like 111 ways, and these are cute and these are fun, but they can be overwhelming. You can have one good intention. My intention for the next 6 months is to focus on gratitude, and then break down how you can live out that intention. What practices, what adjustments need to be made so that you can fulfill that intention. So when the other solstice comes around for you, whether it's winter or summer, you know I took the time out over these 6 months to include this intention into my day to day, into my weekly, into my monthly practices. You'll be able to see the difference. But because we do not set intentions, because we do not document our lives, a lot of times we are victim to whatever it is that we receive. And we have full authority and capability of being like, this is not what I want. But when we're working with the universe, that means that we have to be very clear and express what we do want. So use your intention. Use this time. Use the cosmic energy. Use the nature, the energy of nature, Mother Nature. Use this time to figure out, what do you want? What do you want to experience over the 6 months? And this is for winter or solstice. What do you want? Many times we know what we don't want, but we rarely know what we do want. And when we know what we do want, we don't know it in enough detail. It's so important, okay? So those are the questions for summer solstice. What areas of my life are illuminated and ready for growth? How can I harness this peak energy to achieve my goals? And what intention do I want to set for myself for the rest of this year? Okay? Now, for people experiencing the winter solstice, here are your 3 questions. What parts of my life require introspection and healing? This is a call for you to reflect, to honor any wounds that might come up, and to know that you are capable of providing healing to it, to that experience, to that wound. Okay? Second question. How can I use this time of stillness to recharge and renew? This is a call for preparation and practice. If you're entering your winter solstice, this is literally your opportunity to carve out more downtime. Whereas in summer solstice, it's like get up, get out, do something. Winter is saying come home, focus inward. Come see about me. Come see about your energy. Come see about your mind. Come see about your heart, your body. See what's happening there. See what you need to explore. How can you add in more stillness into your day to day? Maybe it's 5 minutes of doing nothing. Maybe it's a weekly spa date. Maybe it's a monthly getaway where you do a staycation or something. Find different ways on a daily basis, a weekly basis, and a monthly basis over the next 6 months to slow down, to witness stillness, to allow yourself to recharge and to feel renewed. Okay? And then the last question is, what seeds do I want to plant for future growth? Maybe you want to be more grateful. Maybe you want to strengthen your body with a really good workout routine. Maybe you want to adjust your diet and how you're eating and nourishing your body. Maybe you want to cultivate new friendships. This is the time for you to decide, what do I want to bring into the world? And know that as you're deciding on that, you're planting the seeds. So that does not mean that they're going to bloom. They'll bloom for, spring equinox into summer solstice, right? So these are seeds that are being planted. But it's also, again, allowing you to set intention on what you want to experience over the next 6 months, what you're willing to put your time, your energy, and effort into cultivating. That means that you need to water these things. You need to tend to them. You need to make sure that they're feeling nourished, that they're feeling cared for. Also understand that you may not see a lot of it in the beginning because it's growing roots. It's getting deeper. So although you may not be experiencing it on the outside, internally, you should be practicing things that are going to allow you to feel really good. So when they start to appear in the 3D outside of you, you're not running away from your blessings. You're not wondering what you planted. Okay? Let me know if this makes sense for y'all. Okay. Okay. Perfect. I want to share it just happened a minute ago. My 14-year-old daughter just woke up, came and hugged me, said good morning, and said how grateful she is for us. I love that, Dahlia. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, y'all. Man, kids, they just, I swear, they just get life. When my nieces come and hug me for no reason at all, I just feel like, how did you know? How did you know I needed that love? Jack, until one is committed, there is hesitancy, a chance to draw back. Always ineffectiveness. Yes, Jack. Concerning all acts of initiative, creation. There is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves to. William Murray. That is beautiful and such a reminder. Do not hesitate to live your life. Do not hesitate to set boundaries. Do not hesitate to call in ideas and goals. Do not hesitate to live your best life, to do things that you love, that excite you. Do not hesitate to explore life. Live your life. Live your life. Live your life for you and allow others to see how beautiful and how brilliant you are as you live your life, and it will inspire them to do the same. Always. Okay? Thank you for sharing that, Jack. That was really beautiful. Mahana, last year on my birthday, I set an intention to practice yoga regularly. I struggled initially, which is fine. Again, once we set an intention, it doesn't mean that it's going to start happening immediately. That's why we have those day-to-day goals, those weekly goals, and those monthly goals, right? You are going to kind of struggle with it because when you set an intention, your subconscious mind is like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We've been doing this for so long, and now you're saying you want to switch it up. I don't believe you, right? Or how do we do this? There's a resistance that comes up when you set an intention. And I think people talk about that a lot, but yes, it comes up. It does. It is a struggle at first because you have to find your footing. Because essentially, you're saying, "I want to see this in my life," because you don't see it in your life. So even though you're setting that intention to witness it, it still has to take time to culminate, to come into the physical world, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking for it. You wouldn't be sending attention, right? So it is going to take time for you to get your footing. And I appreciate you for sharing just even that small part of it, Rana, because it reminds other people too. Setting intention does mean that at some point in time, you will have to figure out your footing. But if you are planning, if you are prepared, it makes it a lot easier to find your footing, to figure out what's next for you to do so that you can fully so you can fulfill your intention. You can live it out in this 3D world, okay? I struggled initially with the poses, but as time passed, my body slowly responded. Shout out muscle memory, yes. I can only chuckle nowadays when my body does things that a few months ago was alien to me. And Rana, thank you for sharing the story because it's also that reminder too that like everything is set up to support you. Your body's muscle memory. We've spoken about this a few times throughout the 28 days of magic. How muscle memory is there as a skill set to help you. So as you begin practicing it more and more, now your body knows it. It'll probably just naturally get into spaces, and you're getting to witness that growth. I love that you're also documenting through your physical journey and being able to notice. That's a sign of being present. That you can go into a pose and be like, oh, a few weeks ago I couldn't do this. That's documenting as well. That's using the biology of the body to document. I love that you did that. I love that you did that. Ram, hi. Thank you for the wonderful words. I love to dance and release stress. I love this. Do you suggest any simple moves that naturally release positive energy? Um, Tapping. Tapping is a great way to release any stagnant energy, right? Because as you release stagnant energy, the thing that comes after that is feeling good, it's feeling positive, right? So tapping anywhere in the body, preferably any of the 9 points that we go over, tapping for a little bit, taking nice deep inhales and exhales. I like to tap in silence too. Sometimes I don't tap on the script, especially when I feel a little bit disconnected from my body or I'm like experiencing a lot of contrast. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'll sit and I'll tap in silence. And you'll be very surprised that as you tap in silence, that your body talks to you. Like you'll literally either see or hear or feel a response from your body. For me, I hear my body. I can literally hear my voice in my head talking to me. Like, hey, that thing that happened a couple of days ago, what was that about? We did not enjoy that. Like it's a practice, it's a communication that happens. I think it's the most effective way to do that because it does. You can lay down and do that. You can be crying and tapping, right? You can be angry and tapping. You can even be in a moment of anxiety and just lightly doing a butterfly tap can not only get you out of the freeze mode that you're in, but it can also allow you to begin processing the energy, allowing the stagnant energy to dissipate, reconnecting your energetic pathways so that you can get out of that anxious moment. Okay. Another great thing too is jumping up and down. Um, when I was doing CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, one of the things that they first taught me was to jump up and down. When I felt overwhelmed, when I felt a big emotion coming on, to literally just get up and jump up and down. And one of the things happens. You either feel instant relief because the body is moving. In nature, animals do this all the time. Like when a deer experiences a very traumatic experience or a traumatic event, it shakes wildly to release the energy so that it no longer has to carry the trauma. It's such an intriguing, it's so fascinating. But they shake off the energy, essentially like shaking off the trauma. Quite often, when we experience traumatic experiences, we either don't know that it's traumatic, um, or we witness that it's traumatic, but we hold on to it because we end up getting into either flight, freeze, fawn, or I can't remember the last one, or fight mode, right? So all of those things distract us from being able to process trauma. So hi. So when we do that, we keep it in as opposed to letting it go, and then it stays with us. It resonates in the body, and then we have to carry it for however long we carry it. But like in nature, they shake. So you can shake the entire body. You can jump up and down. These are all great ways to promote positive energy in the body. Okay. How are you? Let me know if that helps, Ron. Okay. Dancing is a great way as well. I'm going to try tapping. Thank you for suggesting. Of course. We need a dance class with Lotus. Oh my God, that would be so much fun. We were talking about the ballet class. Remember? We're talking about ballet. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's dance, but it's a different type of dance. But I'm down. Debbie, that helps to know. Jack got it. 50, 593 shows things take time. It does. It does. It takes time. Wow. Murray, from that quote in his group, scouted Everest in 1953, so it could be climbed in preparation. Jack, essentially, right? He prepared to have that experience. He set an intention, and then he prepared to have the intention be fully realized. And again, that speaks to divine timing of like what we think timing should work as is like it's almost laughable, to be quite honest. It's almost laughable because it's not about what we think timing is. It's about divine timing. It's about universal timing. So imagine had he set that intention and been like, this year, 1950, we're going to do it. It probably wouldn't have happened because he needed that time to scout. He needed that time to prepare the mind, the body for something that is essentially arduous to do. It's been, it wasn't done for him at the time. So for him to be able to have that experience and for it to take 3 years could feel like a long time for somebody when in fact he was preparing. He had planted the seed, right? He was watering it. He was nurturing it. He was tending to it. He was strengthening his roots so that he could have the experience that he declared he would have, right? Jack, yes, animals shake to release the fight or flight. Exactly, yeah. So it's something that we also can do because we are also, we're mammals. We're able to do these things too. We just don't often do them. Um, Maybe because we forget. Because I also realized too, watching babies like my nephew, like when he falls down things like that, his initial response is to like move. But because we tend to be like, are you okay? He stops. He freezes like, oh, am I okay? I don't know. I thought I was okay, but now you guys looking like I shouldn't be okay. Should I start crying? You see him processing this in like the matter of seconds. And in us doing that, we're also reprogramming this child to not go to his instinct of how he would naturally heal through something because we feel like holding him is a better option when in fact it is actually important for kids to develop that on their own. So like we do have it instinctually. We just get disconnected over time. Okay? Yeah, shaking is fun. I love shaking. When you practice qigong, they teach you how to shake. It's a good time. You just feel so silly. You're just like just shaking, letting the neck roll, but it feels so incredibly good afterwards. A few seconds, even 30 seconds of shaking, can feel incredible to the body. Okay, Taylor, it makes me think of when my young students shake or stomp when they are having a difficult moment. It helps them to release the energy, and then they're able to move on. Kids know how to naturally let things go. Taylor, they really do. We really do stop them because they're like, not you having a temper tantrum. Like, what is going? Like, no, right? We get really upset. But what I've learned over my time in education is like sometimes the emotions are that big. They're small people. They're very tiny. We get overwhelmed with our emotions, and we have naturally bigger, taller bodies. So can you imagine somebody being like 2.5, like 3, 4 feet, and they're like barely able to like process that amount of emotion? It makes sense. A lot of kids will also go to the ground, right? They'll get really upset and they'll either sit or they'll thump down or they'll lay down, kicking and screaming. It is a way to soothe. I know it feels like what is happening, but they're trying to ground themselves through an experience that they're probably not familiar with because they just got here, right? They're familiar with their um their parents' emotions because they felt that through the womb, right? But they're not aware of their own emotions. This is the first time that they're experiencing these emotions for themselves in their body, and that is terrifying sometimes. So it might mean I'm gonna roll on this ground and cry because what is happening? Why do I feel this upset that you won't let me get this cookie? Right? Like they're processing. So we do want to honor that process for them. This is not to condone temper tantrums either. It's simply to find ways to help them self-regulate. So if you find that like you or like your child is like having a hard time with their emotions, give them different ways to regulate. Right? So my nephew's in his terrible twos era, and we're gonna give him a weighted teddy bear to help him so he can hold it, so he can anchor himself in those moments when he's overwhelmed. Right? We did the same thing with my niece. We got her a weighted blanket when she was younger to help her when she would get really anxious about going to sleep. Like there are different ways to help them. Once they show you that they're trying to regulate, the intention is not to scold them; it's to support them in that. Of like you really can't be throwing temper tantrums like that for sure. That's like a no. However, now that they're trying to regulate, let me put some things into play to help you regulate, help you identify what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, right? Thank you, Jack, for the clarity. Yes. Love to dance to music that helps me express emotional needs to release different styles. I love that, Debbie. Yes, yes, yes. Taylor, great observation. It seems we may train our kids out of all the natural fun. We really do. We train them to show up in society. We don't train them to live their life for themselves. We rarely do. I think that as a generation, we're getting better at understanding that of like, ooh, maybe this is not the best way to like raise kids, because we're also experiencing it for ourselves when we reflect on our past of like that was wild. So it is helpful to know and to observe children because they really do instinctively know what to do to regulate themselves. We're supposed to like guide them, not tell them what to do. We're supposed to be the safe container in which they get to explore life in. That's the goal of the adults in their life. But quite often, because of how we were raised and how we're conditioned in society, we think we just tell the children what to do because we know best because we've lived life already. But I always challenge that way of thinking of like, they just got from the divine source, right? Like my nephew's only been here for 2 years. He was linked up with divine source 2 years ago. For me, that was 33 years ago. He may actually know a little bit more than I do about regulating his life and himself. I know it sounds crazy. It's like, what? But he may know a bit more about himself because he is himself, right? And it's up to me as the adult in his life or one of the adults in his life to bear witness and to see how I can support him on the journey, not how I can control him, right? So, for instance, my nephew had a really bad experience a few days ago. Like, he was losing himself, like, losing his mind, like, upset. We could not figure out what's happening at all. And then I started to pay attention to him, and I'm like, I think he's overstimulated. Then I started to pay attention to, like, maybe I'm also overstimulated because, like, the TV was on and, like, something was on in the back. There were lights on. It was getting hot. It was a lot going on. So I picked him up. His mom was getting frustrated too, right? Like we were both like, "What the hell is going?" Like he's screaming at the top of his lungs, angry, red, sweating from all of the anger. And I'm like, "Oh, what is happening?" Like we tried feeding him. He didn't want to go to sleep. He didn't go to the bathroom. So we're like, "Dude, what's going on?" I picked him up and instinctually picked him up and brought him outside. It was raining outside, and we just stood in the rain. And he instantly calmed down. And now, anytime he gets upset, he walks to the door like, take me outside. I need to connect back to nature. I don't like being inside here for too long. And now we, as the adults in his life, guide him like, okay, you need to go outside for a little bit. Heard you. Let's get you outside before you get overstimulated. That I feel is the way that we should be going about it. But of course, each person has their own experience with their children. But I found that to be such a powerful experience to see how literally just taking him outside changes his entire mood instantly. As soon as the rain touched his body, he was calm, as if he was not literally throwing things across the room 2 seconds ago, right? Yes, they teach us so much, Taylor. I agree. And they exactly, Siobhan. Hi, Siobhan. Exactly. They prioritize play. They understand the important things in life. They understand it. We are so conditioned in a capitalistic world that we're like, we got bills to pay. We don't have the time to do this. But really and truly, we're meant to be here to enjoy life, to have a good time. Kids are they're there to remind us of that. But a lot of times we don't pay attention to the reminder. We ignore it, right? Or when they ask you to go play, I'm realizing more and more each day when my niece comes up to me like, "Do you want to play with me?" It's less about her and more about me. It's more about her being like, "It looks like you're stressed out. Let's go play a game together." And of course, she doesn't have the verbiage to say that because she's 7, but she'll just come up to me and grab my hand and be like, "Aunt Flo, do you want to play with me for a little bit?" And I'm realizing more and more each day, like, "Oh, you're trying to help me regulate." You're trying to help me co-regulate. You see that I'm upset. Like, okay, let's go play. And her initial thing to play is to act it out. Here's a doll. How do you feel? Kids intuitively know these things. She didn't learn that from anybody. It's just how she processes life. So for her in her mind, it's like, this is how I get through big things. It looks like you need help getting through big things. So here's a doll. Let's play. I love that. I think that is just, children fascinate me so much. Debbie, my mom taught me to rock my foot to help me sleep. It was very calming. That's a somatic practice. I love that. Forgot all about that. Thank you for bringing that up for me. Such a blessing. Miss her very much. Oh, I'm sending love to your earth angel. Oh, I love this so much. I was just thinking, even if we don't climb Everest, so to speak, younger folks may because we blaze a trail. Exactly, Jack. Exactly. Yes, your mom does sound amazing, Debbie. Your mom does sound amazing. I love that. I've noticed that about myself. Going outside really helps when I'm overstimulated. It does. It's when we are outside in nature, we're connected back to the divine rhythm of life, of the world, the global heartbeat. That's why when people like go outside and touch grass, it's not like an insult. I know we make it to seem that way on social media. It's really like, no, go connect with some nature. Go hug a tree. Because you're doing a lot. You are wrapped up in things that are not as important as you think that they are, and you are losing sight of yourself and your power. One of the best ways to remember how powerful you are is to witness nature, to be outside in fresh air, to see the leaves blowing in the wind, to feel the firmness, the stability of a tree trunk as you hug it, to put your feet on the ground, to feel the soil underneath you, especially if you're in a place where you have a nutrient dense soil. When you put your soul to it, you're actually getting information from the soil into the body. That's why earthing is such a powerful practice. Okay? Tatiana, hi! I miss you so much with my new summer camp routine. I miss our EFT sessions. Do not worry, there'll be new tracks happening very soon. Much love. You're outside as possible with kids. I'm outside. Works for me. Yes, same. Little Prince gives us adults such a good reminder. I love that, Tatiana. I love that so much. Oh my god, I love that so much. She like um let me help the adults all the time, Javon. My niece is literally like, you guys are losing yourselves, and it's really not that deep. Let's go outside. Lotus, your niece is very empathetic and attuned therapy. She is. She really is. She is one of my greatest teachers in life. I learned so much from that little girl and how she just navigates life so beautifully. She's such an empathetic person. Um, she has a bit of feist to her that reminds me too, like, oh yeah, like this is a natural thing. Like it's a natural experience for me to be upset. It's a natural experience for me to be a little angry right now. Like I learned so much from how she just exists. And it's a great reminder that if I'm able to do that with a 7-year old, I can extend grace and compassion to other people and witness them existing and really be able to learn, really be able to observe, really be able to be present and to show up outside of the unhealthy parts of my ego, outside of the societal conditioning that I've experienced in life, right? Debbie, she's my best friend, lost her due to medical accident. Oh my goodness. Just even feeling, I felt so much rage in my chest just now. Doctors were shocked. She lived 30 days because of our love for each other. I will not leave her side. Let her know I was there. That's absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful to be there during the transition. It's just it's a gift. It's a blessing, even though it's filled with heartache. Yeah, I'm sending you so much love, Debbie. It's so cool to hear you rip about so many different topics related to self care. It helps me remember that there is value in the suffering. Yes, there is. We had that we've had that has led us to learn about all the things like earthing, overstimulation, etc. Yes, I get overstimulated so easily and get grumpy, and it doesn't help in a professional environment. I know, right? When I get overstimulated, I tap. So I didn't realize it until I started learning about EFT, but I would like tap on my leg underneath the table, or I would tap my foot. These are somatic practices. I was doing my best to regulate in the moment. So if you find someone like that hums, humming is a great way to self-regulate. And how often were we told not to hum? Literally, humming does so much to soothe the body, to remind the body that it feels safe. These are natural things that we've always done that we then condition ourselves not to do to become dependent on things outside of ourselves to help us regulate. And it really doesn't make any sense. But I'm starting to think maybe that's a part of the human experience, you know? Love seeing nature. Yes, Debbie, seeing lots of animals. Makes me so happy to see them in a natural place, right? They're just such cutie pies. Oh, I'm extremely feisty, Jack. Like, yes, 100%. I do not act like I'm not. I am equally sweet as I am spicy. I think it depends on the environment, and the person, and the energy that we're exchanging with each other, you know? Yes, you're so welcome, Debbie. Thank you for sharing this. That was really beautiful. Okay, humming, yes, another teacher. Yes, Tammy Lynette has a humming session last week. Humming is amazing. Humming is so good. So good. Yes. Pop, thank you for being so sweet. Okay, so we talked about the importance of self-regulation, which I love, which still goes back to what we were talking about with the summer and the winter solstice that's happening today, depending on the hemisphere that you're in. So I want you to begin to utilize those questions. I will leave them in the Insight Timer group for you. They'll also be on the notes for the description for the YouTube video. Okay. Um, for some practices that you can use to channel the summer solstice energy, you can engage in creative projects, be outside, right? Socialize, celebrate. Celebration is big during this time too. Practice gratitude, of course. If you know, you know. And recognize your abundance. Recognize the abundance everywhere in the world. One of the money practices that I first learned when I was working on releasing poverty consciousness was to look at all the leaves and look at them as if they were dollar bills and remind myself that money is all around me. That money literally is in abundance. Anytime that I see green, that means that not only will there be prosperity in my life, but good health, good energy. I wear a lot of green for that reason to remind me, right? There are these different things that we can do in our practice to help us. So allow yourself to do that. For winter solstice, you can journal and self reflect, which we love. We do that during any solstice, by the way. Just this is just pertaining to the theme of winter solstice. You can also practice meditation, and then of course planning and setting intentions for the future. Honestly, both of these can be done in both solstices. It does not matter, but allow yourself to plan, allow yourself to meditate, allow yourself to celebrate, allow yourself to be active in your own way. Just allow yourself to experience all these things. The solstice energy is just a marker throughout the year to check in, to see how you're doing, to see what you've enjoyed over the past 6 months, what you want to keep and what you want to let go of. That is the general understanding of solstice energy. It's an opportunity for rebirth and renewal. Okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions on that. And then we're going to get into a guided meditation. Yeah. Most of my room is purple and green and black. I love black too. Okay, perfect. There we go. Perfect. We're ready to begin. And what I want you to do is just get comfortable. Yes, we are doing another meditation today. And it's going to be amazing. I love this for us. I'm just organizing this really quickly. Here we go. Okay. You ready to begin? Please take a sip of water before we do this. Oh my goodness, Debbie, I love that. Welcome. I'm so excited for everyone to be here to meditate with us for the summer solstice and for the winter solstice, depending where you're at. All right, let's start. Welcome to this guided meditation on embracing solstice energy. Today we will connect with the powerful energies of both the summer and winter solstice, respectively, finding balance and harmony within ourselves. This meditation will help you tap into the peak energies of light and dark, allowing you to harness their transformative power for personal growth and spiritual alignment. Find a quiet space where you can be comfortable and you won't be disturbed for the next few minutes. You can sit or lie down in a relaxed position. Close your eyes if that feels good, or soften your gaze. Invite a deep inhale in, breathing in, filling your lungs completely. And exhale slowly through the mouth, releasing any tension or stress. Continue to breathe deeply and steadily, allowing your body and your mind to relax with each breath. We're going to ground ourselves in this moment. Grounding ourselves in the beginning of a meditation practice allows us to feel safe in our minds, safe in our bodies, and safe in our energy. I want you to notice whatever it is that you're sitting or laying on. Feel the support beneath you. Feel the firmness of it, the stability. Feel how it is holding you up. And then begin to imagine being rooted in this experience. Drawing your energy deep into the earth, helping you to feel secure in this moment, to feel unshakable. Deep inhale, breathing in, and a slow exhale, letting go, softening the shoulders, softening the face, creating some space between the top and bottom teeth, dropping your tongue from the roof of your mouth, letting the face relax, letting the mind relax, letting the body relax. Deep inhale, breathing in, slow exhale, letting go. Visualize yourself standing in a beautiful, natural setting, surrounded by lush greenery and vibrant flowers. The sun is shining brightly above. symbolizing the peak energy of a summer solstice. Feel the warmth and light of the sun on your skin, filling you with vitality and positivity. Take a nice deep inhale, breathing in, and a slow exhale, letting go. Let your vision shift, transforming into a serene winter landscape as snow blankets the ground and the air is crisp and fresh. The night sky is clear with stars twinkling brightly above, representing the introspective energy of the winter solstice. Feel the calm and stillness of the night, bringing a sense of peace and renewal. Deep inhale, breathing in, slow exhale, letting go. Bring your attention to your heart center, space in the middle of your chest. Visualize a radiant light glowing within your heart, a perfect balance of the bright solar energy and the soothing lunar energy. This light represents your inner harmony and balance. With each inhale, feel the light within your heart growing stronger, filling your entire being with warmth, peace, and balance. And on that exhale, release any feelings of imbalance or disharmony, letting them dissolve into the earth. Deep inhale, breathing in, expanding that light, expanding your inner harmony, allowing yourself to feel stronger. And on that exhale, letting go of what no longer serves you, shedding any fragility. Give yourself a moment to reflect on what you want to cultivate and manifest in your life. What areas need illumination and growth? What aspects require introspection and healing? Visualize these intentions as seeds planted in the fertile soil of your heart. See them being nurtured by both the light of the sun and the stillness of the night. Trust that they will grow and flourish in their own time, divine time, supported by the harmonious energy within you. Deep inhale, breathing in, slow exhale, letting go. See if you can express gratitude for the powerful energies of the solstices and the balance they bring into your life. Thank yourself for taking this time to connect and align with these natural energies. Inhaling slowly as you continue to radiate that warm light. And as you exhale, letting go of any resistance, any stagnancy. Inhale, breathing in, expanding our light. Exhale, letting go and letting that light come home to soothe us, to cool us. Feel into this experience, the groundedness of the earth, the warmth of the sun, the calm of the night within you. Feel the harmony that's always been there. The yin and the yang. Breathing in and letting go, receiving and giving, honoring the light and the dark, witnessing the wisdom in both, inviting that wisdom into your life as you move forward. One last deep inhale, breathing in, and on that exhale, letting go, slowly bringing your awareness back to the present moment. Maybe you're wiggling your fingers and toes, slowly opening your eyes and focusing your gaze. And remember that you can always access this energy of harmony within you as you go about your day. Remember that you can return to this meditation whenever you need to. It will be available for you to do so. So that you can reconnect to the powerful energies of the solstices and find your inner equilibrium. Thank you so much for joining me on this guided meditation. Yes. Oh, I love that, Rahman. The energy naturally lends itself to respective practices. Every invitation I get at RSVP and hibernation, get back outside September. I love this for you. Beautiful. Let me know how you're feeling below before we close out today's wonderful session for the solstice. Okay. And again, I really hope this is helpful for you to tap in. You'll be able to use this during any solstice in the future, whether it be winter or summer. I like to make evergreen content so that it's easier for all of us to connect when needed. Okay. There we go. And yes, I appreciate you for joining me today for this meditation. I'm so happy to be able to have offered it. Um, I appreciate you so much for being here, for being in my life, for doing these practices with me. And this is an invitation for you to join in on the fun. You can join me on Insight Timer on the Lotus Living Group. If you want to be a part of my email list, you can send me your email via DM on Insight Timer, and I'll manually add you in. If you have the time and energy to go and fill out the survey that's in my link on my teacher profile, I would deeply appreciate it. And I will be seeing you sooner than later. Okay? I'm checking in. I know, Jack. Thank you so much. I'm glad. I'm so blessed I met you today. I'm happy you were here too, Debbie. That brings me so much joy. Oh, and so funny, my niece is here. 1 second. Let me go grab her. Yes. Say it again. Oh, hey, I thought you were Parker. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we're about to finish it up right now. We're fine. I'll literally be done in like 2 seconds. It it was my sister, y'all. I thought it was my niece. False alarm. False alarm. It was my sister. But it's fine. I'm happy she came to see me. I love you guys so much. Please have a beautiful day and I will see you soon, okay? Always. Oh my god, she literally went right there. She's like, oh my god, you're on live. She's not like a person you'll see often. Like my niece, she'll be in the camera like, oh my gosh, hi Ginger, how are you? My sister is more like a behind the scenes kind of girl. Like you'll see her with me, but she's a behind the scenes girly. She'll never come and say hi on the camera. It's so stressful. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Yeah, yeah. She's not a I'm gonna come in camera type thing at all. Parker's a star. She will be in the camera. I would be very surprised if we are not cultivating the next Beyonce, to be quite honest with you. Like I'd be shocked. Or like the next president. But yes, I appreciate y'all so much. Please be blessed. Please enjoy your summer or winter solstice, okay? Also enjoy the full moon in Capricorn happening tomorrow. If you want more insight on that, it's in the Lotus Hour that we did on Sunday. I gave you guys everything you need to know to how to navigate this summer solstice, winter solstice energy, as well as the full moon that's happening tomorrow. So get into it. I'll probably share some practices in the group too. All right, I love y'all so much. Have a good day.